guys in like who say this whole like recreational use only. So okay, well, she's not worthy of a long-term relationship, but I'll f her. Or she's not worthy of a relationship, but I'll have sex with her for 3 months and just use her for sex. I don't believe in the recreational use only category because the guys will make a lot of concessions for women in that category, like former work, high body count, promiscuity. I don't have the recreational use only category like some of these dudes. You are, no offense, it's no use only.
Yeah.
So I'm not,
but
if you don't meet my standards to be in a relationship, not even interested at all. So,
but that's really rare. You know that, right? Like, not a lot of guys are like that. That's why I ask, because a lot of guys do participate.
Players aren't like that, but I feel like normal guys who just want a girlfriend.
But I mean, that is why. Wait, hold on.
Maybe they're not gonna pass up the chance for. But I feel like I got decent. I have decent discipline to the point where like I've had girls on the show that like want to like I'm not.
But that's exactly what
I
I'm
have a
saying.
question,
That
Brian.
with discipline, you have enough sexual discipline to not do those things. And like back to like what I do for work and stuff. If men had more of what you have, I would not be in business. You know what I mean? So it's like finding men that have that mindset is really rare.
You see, and she has a good point. The reason why her business is booming right now, her OnlyFans business is going up, is because there's simps out there who's going to continue to subscribe to her account, and she's going to make money off of them. So, and this is the reason why I can't really speak for all men, because, you know, some men, they go and buy this OnlyFans subscriptions just to, you know, have a just to please their imagination and stuff. So, you know, it's crazy. There's still simps out there that will still subscribe to that crap.
Because nowadays, a lot of guys are just doing it recreationally, like you said.
What percentage of guys do you guys both think are looking for recreational fun with women versus men that are like Brian that just want relationships or like wifey material girls?
I think it depends on age.
I was just going to say that.
Like, college boys definitely don't really want anything serious.
Yeah.
And then when they get a little older, they want.
It does depend on age, but I think it depends on morals. I think it depends on how a guy was raised. If he's looking for a serious relationship, not somebody just to have sex with, I think that's what it really depends on. You know, like irrelevant of age.
Mm-hmm. Because were you guys saying, was someone saying earlier that for men it's like they want sex, and for women they ideally want a relationship?
They want like commitment.
But like how many men actually do want sex as the ideal?
Well, I mean, I think part of it is the men who are pressed for sex are definitely more likely to, I don't know, I'm trying to think. The men who are pressed for sex are probably more likely to sleep with women that they otherwise wouldn't be in a relationship with. Mm-hmm. But then there's also player guys who aren't pressed for sex, but it's like they just conquest, that sort of, just don't want commitment or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Not sure on the
I have
number.
a question for you. How old are you?
35.
So you have that mindset right now, which most 35-year-old men do, but what were you doing when you were 20? Mm-hmm. Were you just looking for a girlfriend, or were you sleeping around?
I've been relationship minded most of my life, even when I was younger. Mm-hmm. I perhaps was a little more casual when I was younger. But I never, even when I was younger, I never had an interest in, like, for example, I never had an interest in sleeping with a girl just once. So I never had an interest in one night stand. I just didn't see the point. It was a waste of time for me. I always, if I wanted to sleep with a girl, I wanted there to be continuity. I wanted to continue seeing her. But when I was younger, I had some shorter term relationships that maybe lasted a few months.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot that he's not really talking about, because you're not interested in one night stands. I don't know. That's kind of hard to believe that, but I mean, if that's what he says, then I guess that's what happened. But I know I was interested a lot when I was back in my 20s in one night stands and stuff. And bro, like when I was in my 20s, I slept with hundreds of women, man. In my early 20s, because my testosterone was high. A lot of men's testosterone, when they're younger, in their 20s, they are high. It is extremely, I would say, extremely difficult to not want to get laid. You have to have a whole lot of discipline. And I'm just speaking from my experience. You know, everybody else's experience is different, but I know for me, my my testosterone was high.
But always been fairly relationship minded, even when I was younger. So I actually encountered, though, when I was younger, the women wanted the one night stand. So I even encountered the situation where I was wanting something more. This happened maybe, I don't know, 2 times or something. And she was like, I was like, hey, let's hang out, let's do something. And then she was like, nah, I want to be a to put it bluntly, basic. I mean, so yeah.
Do you think that stems from anything, like what you learned when you were growing up that made you realize that you don't want to be part of hookup culture, or?
Well, I think one is, so how do I frame this? Well, okay, I'll come at it from 2 angles.
Killer of Cereal donated $100. Single men out there, stick to your purpose in life. Feel like you don't have one? BS, get out there and find an interest to latch onto. Good women will find you when you are focused on what you love.
Yo, Kill of Cereal, thank you for the TTS, man. Really appreciate it. So to answer your question, well, there's, I guess, 2 ways to look at this. So even if your motivation is sex, I always thought to myself, like, the best sex, maybe people will disagree. I think the best sex you're going to have is with somebody you're regularly seeing,
Absolutely.
somebody you have a connection with,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
somebody you have a relationship with, someone you have a connection, comfort with. Like, if you sleep with a girl, like, even if your motivation is like you just want to have sex, typically I don't think the first time you have sex with somebody is going to be the best time you have sex with that individual. It can still be good, but I mean, first off, as you get to know the person, just speaking on a practical level, you know what they like, they know what you like, you guys have each other totally figured out and wired. You have a comfort with each other, there's a connection there. And so even just looking at it on the sex level, I was like, and then, well, I mean, if you want to factor in, like, and then there's the comfort component is also like the risk of STDs too. Like, if you're with one person, they're with you, like, it alleviates some of the worry about, potentially STD. If you're sleeping with a new girl every single weekend and she's doing the same.
I'm kind of bored of this. Hey, listen, man. A lot of simps going to continue to subscribe to those OnlyFans girls, and I mean, listen, that's y'all fault. You know, a lot of y'all men out there, y'all gonna do whatever you want at the end of the day. I think a lot of times, a lot of men would say something on camera on what they want from a woman, what they like, what they don't like, but behind closed doors, they out there are liking the Instagram model pics, subscribing to their OnlyFans and stuff. Like, yeah, come on, bro. Like, some men out there are just plain idiots, man. Like, y'all just don't listen at all and stuff. So, I mean, it's y'all fault. You know, those girls making a living off of your money, off of your hard working money. So that's up on y'all. But listen, man, I hope y'all like this video. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see y'all in the next video.